Welcome back. We are at NAMM 2020. My name's Florentino, as if you haven't heard that again. So, Florentino Buenaventura, CEO, and also host of the Changing Stage show, Talk Media. Every time I'm around this man, I start going back to just being myself. I'm no longer the professional, so we go way back as friends and almost like brothers, man.
Absolutely.
Almost like brothers.
Absolutely.
To my right, I have Michael Anderson. Extraordinary. Well, actually, he started off as a keyboard player.
Yep.
But became an amazing bass player. Christina Aguilera, Jagged Edge, all these funk, R&B, hip hop groups. Just a man of many talents.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And has become one of the leading producers, I think, in the new way of breaking music artists. We had him on a panel the other day, and I invited him here to the stage to talk to me about the big picture. And the big picture is Auburn Road.
My picture.
Taking off here, one of country's hottest acts, both musically as well as fashion. So let's just kind of kick into it, man.
Absolutely.
We talked a little bit about this yesterday. The big picture of the music industry. Give me your quick rundown of where we're at in the music industry and where we used to be before.
Right. Okay. Well, where we are now, I think, as much technology is changing, we're still really at its inception.
Yeah.
We're still at the brink. I think, there's sort of several things that are converging. One, the technology, the value of the music through the technology.
Yes.
And then how to utilize all of it to where now we can really maximize what it all is, right? And so, for example, now obviously we have Spotify and all these things, and so now we can get a record out pretty much without a major label.
Yeah.
However, the value of those songs has not yet made it up to a point to where the X amount of streams isn't really worth much. So in that sense, I think the business is in many respects sort of the way it always was. But you have to kind of hustle harder now to make money.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's really on you. I think if you have the gumption in you, you can figure it out.
Yeah. I definitely agree.
Yeah.
Now we've talked about it before between the two of us. You guys are really pushing the CD side of things still.
Sure.
Ladies, being millennial, because I won't give out ages, but they're definitely not above 30. They're not above 25.
Nope.
They're barely above 20, so we'll put it in there.
Right.
CDs. What's your thought process on that? When Michael said, we're going to put out a CD, and you're going to have to pass the mic because we kind of put this together a little bit last minute, so we didn't come prepared with a gaggle mic. So, Kristen, by the way, I'm sorry, I didn't introduce. Kristen, Paxton, and Alicia are make up Auburn Road. So, Kristen, go ahead and answer that.
One thing that was cool with CDs is, so we sing country music, and that's one of the main genres now that even really still encourages CDs. And so that was something that was really cool when Michael told us, he's like, hey, we're gonna do a full album. And we're gonna put something versus like a single here, a single there. And that also allows all of your music to be heard at once, too.
Yeah.
Because that's how you find songs that you might not have listened to in the first place. Right. Is that you always buy that album and you just play it all the way down, and maybe it's not the single is the one that speaks to you the most, and you can find it that way. And that's something that's really magical as far as someone's own personal music journey with the kind of music that they receive from you.
Yeah.
Country music is about storytelling as well. And I think people crave that story. So when they're listening to albums and we're creating something in the studio, we want you to listen to the full thing. Artists like Adele or Carrie Underwood or any genre, there's these people that, Bruno Mars even, where you start at one song, but you go, there's more. I want to listen to more. I want to listen to more. So I think there's value in producing albums more than singles.
Right.
Okay.
That's CD 50.
Yeah.
So I'm going to throw this out to Alicia then. Before you guys put out your own album, did you actually listen to albums all the way through, or did you go, I'm just going to listen to this song on YouTube or Spotify or something?
I think we all kind of have been listening to albums all the way through. I think we were kind of the last generation of that, honestly. I think we got lucky in that we really were the last of it, so we did grow up listening to full albums, so it was pretty cool being able to carry that on into our own music.
Awesome. Now you all started working when you were way below 20. So I'm not going to give ladies' ages out, but when you took on the project of building the group, and actually the industry is at right in that flux of what's going on with the music industry, what were you thinking?
Oh, the running joke is that I said no twice, but
It's true.
but when you say what, maybe I should finish. Sorry,
Yeah.
let you finish.
You like, were you Morris Day going, I got a girls group? Or no, I'm joking. That's an old
got a
running joke between
girls
us. Girls group?
Right.
No, what were you thinking about? This industry is so much in a flux.
Right.
I'm gonna take on the responsibility of guiding
Right.
the careers of teenagers.
Right.
And how do we build this group in today's business?
Okay.
And like I said, this is not an overnight success.
No.
They've been on
7
tour.
years.
Yeah, they've been on tour with Rascal Flatts, big Disney
Toby
radio
Keith, all kind of stuff.
folks.
Yeah.
So
Well, so to sort of answer your question, because they were 13 or 14 when I met them, and the truth is that it took a second to figure out, because and I had some real conversations with their parents about stylistically what we should do, because they were just like every 13 and 14 year, they were singing pop songs.
Yeah.
And then, but I had a conversation with them like, look, once it gets to a certain age, we're not going to be able to control the sexuality. You gotta be competitive in that lane. The skirts are going to come up, like it's going to get hotter, because that's what Rihanna and Fifth Harmony or whoever else is doing. Those Fifth Harmony's not too much older than the girls are now. You know?
Yeah.
So, but then we had some real, just organic conversations about music in general. And then I said one day, I said, man, what do you guys like country music? And they went off. Like I sat back and they were like, yeah, but I went, okay. So the goal.
So the genre was one that kind of clicked for you.
Yeah. And then because the genre made sense, because I knew I could control what the appearance of it was because of the young lady thing and being responsible for who they're going to become.
Yeah.
Right. And then also it made other sort of fiscal decisions. So when you talk about CDs, if we had chosen pop, I don't have to worry about CDs at all.
Yeah.
If we do pop, I don't have to do a full album. I only have to do maybe 3 or 4 songs.
One song a month.
So
Yeah.
there's a whole range of decisions that came with picking a genre.
Okay.
And so then it just became about, okay, so then how do I facilitate as a producer? How do I facilitate that? So because my background is pop, R&B, and some kind of a rock thing, I had to go, okay, well, how do we do that? So we went and got the best of the best out of Nashville, Rich Redmond from Jason Daldean's whole rhythm section.
Yeah.
We had Danny Rader from Keith Urban's band playing, and so we got all the best guys out of Nashville to play on their record. So I solved sort of my logistical problem as well as my fiscal problem all in one question.
Well, I want to bring it back to ladies now. Kind of let's reverse that. So actually back then, I don't know, about 4 or 5 years ago, it wasn't as important to get likes and follows. Or maybe it was just starting. Did you think that was an important element of trying to build a career, is how many likes or how many follows you had?
I think it was just starting. Instagram was really starting to become important. Now you were having influencers. And so we noticed that was important. But I think what we did when we first started was we actually went dark. We didn't post anything on social media. We didn't let anyone know what was going on. We didn't have social media. We didn't do any gigs because we were trying to improve our craft. We wanted to make sure that when the world saw us, it wasn't smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
We wanted it so when they see us, they go, whoa, I had no idea they were even coming, like that sort of thing. And now, of course, likes and follows and what's happening, you have to stay current, but I feel like we still want to keep who we are and what we're doing, authentic. We want to make sure that we're not putting on a face for Instagram or for likes. That's why we try to keep it who we are.
Well, Michael's told me about the many wood shedding sessions that you all had to do. When he said, I'll take this project on, and he told you what was going to be involved if you wanted to have a career, did you think he was crazy?
Yeah. When we were 13, 14 years old, we had no idea what it would take going into it. No idea. Like you said, we were literally only concerned about how many followers we had, but you're not gonna get those followers, much less maintain them if you aren't good.
Yeah.
So we went through a literal boot camp for a long time, like just learning how
Have
to.
you left? That's the question.
Not really.
You never leave boot camp when it comes
No.
down to
Not
learning
really.
craft. So.
Yeah, it was pretty incredible. He had a lot of patience with us, and it was intense. It was intense for sure.
Oh, that's
You know what's
awesome.
really interesting about that as a question? One of the first things that I had to do, honestly, was pop the reality show bubble.
Yeah.
Because the people that they were, or the group of people that they were around, oh, you should go do America's Got Talent and all that stuff.
American Idol.
I produced 2 projects for American Idol. I did season 5 and season 7.
Okay.
And one of the first questions I asked them was, so at the time they were like season 12 or something like that. I said, okay, so name me how many American Idol winners you can name. And everybody can remember, Carrie Underwood, Kelly Clarkson, so you get 3 or 4.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of sub ones.
And then you don't,
like George Sparks or somebody else.
You remember
Jennifer Hudson.
Jennifer Hudson, who didn't win. You remember Daughtry, who didn't win. You remember a bunch of faces, but you don't always remember the winner. So I went, so now watch this. So from the end of that show till September or whenever the next season will start, that's how long your career after American Idol is if you don't get out here and hustle. So what is the value of the TV show? Because in the end, it's not a music show. It's a TV
drama
show.
It's a
that
drama
has
show
that has music on
in
it.
yeah.
Right. So the thing is that it's not really a career play unless all you want to be is popular.
Yeah, yeah.
But the thing that the reason, like
And I
what she
think
said,
I think that's a problem with the industry right now. Is it's more about being popular
Absolutely.
than about being authentic, artistic.
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. And the truth is that, and what she says, and they went dark for a very long time because we did a name change. Obviously, we did a bunch of changes. But the thing is that we had to go away so that when we came back, it was something else. But
That's huge,
when they came back, it was like, oh no, y'all could sing and the whole thing. So it was really about let's put the work in. So rather than being popular, let's be popular because we're good.
Yeah.
Rather than the other way. You know what I mean? I think that reputation has served them really well, and I think it's going to just continue. So
Let's kind of go back to the social media thing because it's always a challenge. Because everybody wants to put everything up on. So well, not everybody,
Right.
but it's a big thing. Ladies, from a marketing standpoint, how constructed of a social media presence do you have?
That's something that we're definitely working on every day. But it's kind of like Pax said, because with social media, we're super lucky to be able to use it to get to as many people as we can all over the country, to get our music out there to people that don't live near us or maybe don't have a chance to come see us in person. It's cool to be able to create the relationships that way, but it's been interesting trying to figure out how to go about that. We're still new to that. The more shows that we do where we're traveling, it's new keeping up those relationships with people we haven't met. So, as far as our own social media now, like Pax said, our main thing is we try and keep it as genuine as we can to us. What you see on our Instagram is pretty much what you get. We're always somewhere getting dessert, we're always asleep, or we're singing. Our top 3 things. But, it's...
Or doing an interview.
Exactly.
Right.
But it's been really a fun process while learning how to use it the way that we can, as far as creating personal relationships with the people that support us the most. That's been really interesting.
And I think that's it, because it's about connecting to people,
Right.
not just to connecting to a bunch of people that you don't know that don't care.
Yeah, because
but
we
about
want people to connect while we want them
building
to connect
real
to our
communities.
Right.
Yeah, we want them to connect to our music, but we also want them to connect to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, Taylor Swift's first manager said, the way to sell 1 million records is to meet 1 million people. And you have to take care of those.
Genuinely,
You have to really, and when you look at the
How many know 1 million people out there,
trajectory
right?
of her career, and you realize the relationship she has with her fans, she took that to heart and she still honors it even
this day,
now.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I think
as
that's
big as she
important.
is. So, we're talking about the group. You guys have a hit album. You just got off tour with Rascal Flatts. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
We're going again this year.
Oh, so another one. It will never end.
They will never end.
It'll never end. What's next? Where are you taking these ladies besides on tour with Rascal Flatts?
Man, this is the year. Honestly, this is the year. Let me just be clear. This is the year we prayed for. This is the year that we worked for, because the bottom line is that all those other, you know, the opening for Clay Walker, Toby Keith, and all those Nights of Dark, those were to prepare for what we're going to try to do this year. We're really, you know, we just did a distribution deal with Empire.
Congratulations on that, by the way.
Thank you.
And, you know, we have some great partners in terms of investment.
Let's go back to Empire. That's
Oh, sure.
interesting because predominantly that's been an R&B, funk,
Hip-hop,
label.
Yeah.
They're branching in the country.
Well, yeah, they actually have a country division.
You guys are spearheading it.
We're I think the second signing to Empire. That's a country act. They have a guy named Willie Jones out right now.
Cool.
But we're getting ready to run, man. You know, and the bottom line though is, you know, and there's some challenging things in country music right now. You know, there's a whole weird thing with women and on the radio and stuff like that. So we definitely have some things, but I think the way that we've structured them, in terms of just all the same things, just sort of bare bones, just be good at singing, be good at write good songs, you know. I think we can cut through some of the noise. I mean, I think, you know, country now is sort of blending a lot of genres in terms of pop, you know, whatever, rock thing.
Yeah.
And I think if you're the kind of person that's like, I normally wouldn't listen to country, but I listen to that, then you'll love them.
Yeah.
You know, kind of thing. So
I love it. So I was blessed to be one of the first interviewers.
Absolutely.
For the girls back when they were like 16s and
Yep.
their teens, and so I wanted to share that with people here. And at that time, they blessed us with a little bit of a acapella number. I'd like you guys to do something for us right now. You guys open for that?
Yeah.
You guys want to hear them sing? See, put the proof in the pudding.
If you ever change your mind about leaving me behind, oh, bring it to me, bring your sweet loving, bring it on home to me.
Auburn Road, everybody, give him up.
Thank you.
You'll see him on tour with Rascal Flatts. Go check out their music online, Spotify,
all at
iTunes.
Auburn Road Music.
We
The
have a
single's
single.
called Warning.
Yes.
We have a single coming out. It's called Warning.
Thank you.
Ladies, I love you. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of how you've grown. You guys keep your head straight. Make sure he stays right.
We
My
will.
brother, we've known each other for
Forever.
I don't want to say how many years. Longer than they've been alive, though. So, with that said,
Yep.
This has been the Changing Stage Show. My name is Florentino, Michael, Kristen, Paxton, Alicia, Intertalk Media 2020 NAMM. Stay tuned for the next interview.
Thank you.
We out.
Thank you.